Arsenal still remain top of the table over in the Premier League despite losing to Manchester United this past weekend. Who's going to take advantage this weekend, though, as Man City and Tottenham are within touching distance? We're going to take a look at it, all of it, next. That's right, folks. Bam's getting a prediction video today with a format number 7 in a busy old week over in Europe and England, and we'll get to that in just one second. If you know where you've been, smash your subscribe button, bang, update all things Blabbing Rose related, Premier League related, World Cup related later this year. That's right, of course, Arsenal remain atop of the table. They will not be the Invincibles Part 2, but of course, 2 teams remain unbeaten, City and Spurs. They lock horns this weekend in a very, very busy week over in the Premier League and Europe. We'll take a look at all of it in a second. Of course, big shout out to the VIPs. They are the patrons. You know who you are. And of course, check out the links down below. Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, Patreon. It's all down there. But anyway, we're talking about this. Of course, it is the Premier League, and we're going to revisit these results, including the Merseyside derby. What a bit of a shit show that was. 0-0 in the end. 2-1 for me. Not a good one for me in my eyes. Meanwhile, of course, Brentford 5-2 demolition job of Leeds, who have, of course, coming crashing back down to earth. I went with a 1-1 draw as well. Chelsea with a 2-1 win over West Ham, lastminute.com. 2-1 win for them. 2-0 win in my eyes. The Geordies could only muster a draw against Crystal Palace. 0-0. 2-1 in my eyes. 3-2 it was. Bournemouth over Forest. Absolute shithouse merchants. Bournemouth get themselves a big win. Managerless Bournemouth as well. Remember that. Spurs 2-1 win over Fulham. 4-1 win in my eyes. Wolves 1-0 win over Southampton. Only can muster a draw. Villa picked up a monstrous draw against City. 1-1 in the end. 3-0 in my eyes. Brighton 5-2 demolition job of Leicester City. 2-1 for me. And then of course 3-1 was the final score. I went with a 3-2 win. So 8-2 shabby. That's of course that. Let's take a look at the table. Here it is in all its glory. Arsenal, of course, 1 point clear over Man City, who of course have got a couple of draws on the record so far, as do Spurs. Brighton, of course, up there in 4th spot. They're doing very, very well. Man United back in the thick of things, up to 5th, above Liverpool so far, who of course got 9 points out of a possible 18. Down the foot, Leicester, Forest, West Ham going down, who it's looking very, very spicy, very, very interesting, isn't it? The old Premier League right here, right now. But what about the Super Brews? Take a long, hard look at the Super, not the Scottish Super Brew. What are you doing? What are you doing? Let's go, of course, take a look at the Premier League Super Brew, as of course in all its glory as it loaded. I did say Premier League. There we go. So let's take a long, hard look at it. Of course, it's thinking about it, and there we go. Let's jump into the deep end. Of course, and go to the round results, of course, and see how we did, how you did, how everybody else. So the kicking ass, A. Judy and Blue Orbit with 12 points there. Well done to them. Tristan Sanchez up there alongside Pennywise with 10.5. Then, of course, the chasing pack, Raymond Reddington, Geronimo, Matthew up there for Baka. Of course, England is champion of something. The women's game, I'll give you that. Where am I? Where am I? I should have a ranking down the side here. Got 5 points there. Not great indeed. Who had a shitter? Carl had a shitter. Brooklyn had a shitter. Tom Stainer had a shitter as well. Winky, not too good. Did you guys actually even play this weekend? I don't even know. But let's take a look at, of course, the leaderboard, of course, for this competition. That's not what I wanted. I wanted the overall leaderboard. We want to go up here then. I'm actually 16th out of possible 90, which is pretty good. Finish 7-7, kicking ass and taking names for them. Con DJ Snake, 22's in 2nd. Swiftby up there in 3rd. Down a couple of spots as well. Blue Orbit up 6 spots to 4. Durkey Boy is down here in 16th spot. Down 4 spots. A. Judy jumping 24 spots with that big week there, and up to 17th. He's wearing the yellow jersey today. What does this mean? Star. Premium user. Nutritious a premium user. Wow indeed. Not me. Not right. We'll see how we go, of course, during the season and beyond. Of course, this is the link. It is free. Getting amongst it, of course, but these are Cutting for EPL Prem. But these are the games coming at you this coming weekend in a very, very busy week in here in the Premier League and also in Europe. Of course, a lot of these teams are in action, including Chelsea, who take on Fulham this weekend, coming at you on Saturday, September the 10th, of course. Now, these two sides played each other 32 times since year 2001. 1 win for Fulham, 21 wins for Chelsea, 10 draws, of course. Fulham are just 1 win in, actually 2 wins the last 6 games, 42% form for them, up against the Chelsea side. 2 wins the last 6, 2 wins the last 5, 58% form for them moving forward as well. Last time around, though, over at Craven Cottage was the 1 win for Chelsea. They've actually won 6 on the bounce against Fulham, so they're looking for a 7th. Chelsea with a 2-1 win over West Ham. That's around lastminute.com. Fulham with a 2-1 loss against Spurs. Spurs last time around. Of course, Chelsea are in action against Dynamo Zagreb in the Champions League at Croatia this weekend, or this midweek, sorry. 7-2 is your Fulham, 4-3 on is your Chelsea, 14-5 is your draw. I'm back in a 2-1 win for Chelsea on this one, on the road, 3 points in the bag, and maybe a busy old week. Big week for them as they try to go deep in the Champions League as well. Meanwhile, Bournemouth up against Brighton, of course, in the Battle of the Bees, played each other 20 times since 2003. 10 wins for Bournemouth, 5 wins for Brighton, and we've got 5 draws as well. Just 1 defeat past 4 for Bournemouth right now, 42% form for them. Up against the Brighton side, just 1 defeat past 6, 75% form for them moving forward as well. Last time around, though, at Bournemouth, it was a 3-1 win for Bournemouth back in January 2020. That was in the Premier League. Meanwhile, of course, Bournemouth pick up a 3-2 win over Forest last time around, and actually been back-to-back games without a loss since that 9-0 drubbing by Liverpool, which cost Scott Parker his job. Brighton with a big 5-2 win over Leicester. 2 wins in the last 3 games for them. Of course, coming out to the odds here, 7-2 is your Bournemouth, 4-3 on is your Brighton, 5-2 is your draw. I'm back in, of course, a draw here. Another point in the bag for Bournemouth, which, of course, will move the chains once again. Liverpool up against Wolves, of course, coming out at Anfield, of course, as right. They should have 18 times, 2004, 13 wins for Liverpool, 3 wins for Wolves, 2 draws, of course. Just 1 defeat past 6 for Liverpool right now, 58% form. Up against the Wolves side, also 1 defeat past 6, 58% form for them moving forward as well. Last time around, though, over at Anfield, was a 3-1 win for Liverpool back in May 2022, and they've actually won 6 in the bouts, haven't they? Liverpool against the Wolves, conceding just 1 goal in the last 4 games. Wolves will pick up a 1-win over Southampton, back-to-back clean sheets for them. Meanwhile, Everton did draw with Liverpool last round, 0-0 draw at Goodison Park. Liverpool are taking on Napoli in Naples this coming midweek in the Champions Ligos. 4-1 is your Liverpool. They are red-hot favourites. 5-1 is your draw. 10-1 is your Wolves, of course. That's 4-1 on for Liverpool here. They're going to win this one, surely. 3-0 win in the end. Another clean sheet in a busy week for them in Europe and beyond. Southampton up against Brentford coming at St Mary's, of course. Now these two sides played 11 times in 2005. 4 wins for Southampton, 3 for Brentford, 4 draws, of course. Southampton win 2, lost 2 over the last 4, 58% form of the last 6. Brentford, of course, just 1 defeat past 6 for them, 67% form for them moving forward as well. Last time around, though, over at St Mary's was a 4-1 win for Southampton back in January 2022. Southampton picked up a 1-0 loss against Wolves. Brentford with a 5-2 win over Leeds last time around. The odds for this, Badgerino, we have got Southampton 11-8 for the rating, 50-8 is your Brentford, of course, 5-2 is your draw. They're back in the Saints on this one, and so am I. 2-1 win for them at home, 3 points in the bag, and move the chains again. Leicester City up against Aston Villa, of course, coming at the King Power Stadium. Will Aaron Rodgers be at the helm? We'll have to see, of course, about that one. 32 times they played since 1994, 11 wins for Leicester, 10 for Villa, 11 draws, of course. Just 1 win and 6 for Leicester right now, 17% form. Up against the Aston Villa side, just 1 win and 5, 42% form for them moving forward as well. Last round over at the King Power Stadium was a nil draw back in April 2022. Villa unbeaten. No, not Villa unbeaten. Just 1 defeat for Leicester over the last... I don't know. It's quite tight between these two sides over the last 6. Villa pick up a draw against Manchester City at home. Of course, Leicester with a 5-2 drubbing by Brighton last time around. The odds here, 29-20 is your Leicester's 5-2 draw, 7-4 is your away win right here, right now. Back in Leicester with a draw here, 1-1 in the end. And again, will it be good enough? Of course, Leicester are rooted. Villa are in 17th spot. Both sides are in the relegation fight as this early stage in the season. City against Spurs, a bit of a zinger chicken dinner coming at you on Saturday, September the 10th. Now, these two sides play each other 56 times in 1993. 20 wins for City, 28 wins for Spurs. And we've got 8 draws, of course. City, though, we're looking at 75% form for them right now. We're unbeaten the last 6 up against the Spurs side, 83% form, winning 4 and drawing 2 over the last 6. Last time around, though, over at the Etihad, it was a 3-2 win for Spurs back in February 2022. Spurs have got back-to-back wins over City last season, of course, coming in on the back of a 2-1 win over Fulham. City did draw with Villa last time around, and of course, both sides are in action in the Champions League. Spurs take on Marseille at the Fancy Pants Stadium, of course, over on the 7th of September. City take on Sevilla on the Tuesday in Spain as well in the Champions League. Busy week for them. 11-4 on is your City, 17-4 is your draw, 6-1 is your long shots. I think we've got a game on our hands here. I'm going to go with a 4-2 win in the end for City, which of course will put them contenders to go top of the table as well. But of course, it will all depend on what goes on Sunday between Arsenal and Everton. Of course, now these two sides played each other 63 times since 1993. 39 wins for Arsenal, 11 wins for Everton. We've got 13 draws, of course. Arsenal, though, 83% form for them, just 1 defeat at the past 6. Meanwhile, Everton unbeaten though in the last 5 games, picking up 4 draws and a win. So maybe Everton aren't that shit after all. Of course, last time around over at the Emirates, of course, was a 5-1 win for Arsenal back in May 2022. Was that the last game of the season? It might have been. But Everton, of course, back-to-back draws. In fact, 3 draws in the spin for them, unbeaten now in the last 5 games. However, that win was against Fleetwood, so let's not look into it too. They haven't won this season in the Premier League. Arsenal, of course, did lose to Manchester United this week as well. Arsenal take on Zurich as well over in Switzerland, of course, in the Europa League. A debut this week. 11-4 on is your Arsenal, 4-1 is your draw, and 50-2 is your Everton here. comfortable win, 2-0 in the end. Arsenal with the 3 points move the chains and of course remain or go back top of the table because City would go outright lead for 24 hours or so. West Ham United up against Newcastle. Of course, West Ham are in European action as well. They are of course taking on Newcastle though at the London Stadium. That will be on Sunday, September the 11th. 49 times they played since 1993. It's 14 wins for West Ham, 23 wins for Newcastle, 12 draws of course. West Ham, they're winning 3 of the last 6, 58% form for them up against the Newcastle side who've just won 1 in 6, 50% form for them moving forward as well. Last time around though, over at the London Stadium was a 1-1 draw back in February 2022. Of course, West Ham did lose to Chelsea last time around, and of course Newcastle with a 0-0 draw against Crystal Palace. West Ham are in action against Steaua Bucharest over at the London Stadium this week as well in the Europa Conference League. The odds on this one are 11-8 is your West Ham, 50-8 is your Newcastle, 5-2 is your draw. West Ham are in the drop zone right now, but of course I think they will win this one. They win it in the end down London way. Of course, into the final 2 is Crystal Palace up against Manchester United, of course coming at you at Selhurst Park. Plays 28 times since 1994, 4 wins to Palace, 19 wins to United, and 5 draws of course. Palace though just 1 defeat past 6, 58% form for them. Meanwhile, Man United have won 4 and about 67% form for them moving forward as well. Last time around though, over at Crystal Palace, it was a 1-0 win for Palace back in May 2022. Of course, Palace pick up a 0-0 draw against Newcastle, actually back-to-back draws for them up against the Man United side, of course, beating Leicester, actually beating Southampton, Leicester, and Arsenal in quick succession. They are taking on Sociedad in the Europa League this week, of course, to make a very, very busy week. Of course, the action though, coming at you on Sunday, 12-5 is your Palace, 11-10 is your United, and 5-2 is your, I think they've turned a corner now, haven't they, United? 2-1 win for them, 3 points in the bag, and move the chains once again. And then wrap it up on Monday night. It's Monday, September the 12th. It's Leeds, it's Forest, it's at Ellen Road. Played 33 times in 1994, 10 wins for Leeds, 11 wins for Forest, 2 draws, of course. What we got? Leeds now without a win in 3, 50% form over the last 6. That's 1-2 lost 2 and drawn 2. Up against the Forest side, have lost 3 in the bats, 42% form for them moving forward as well. Last time around over at Ellen Road, it was a 1-1 draw back in August 2019 in the Championship, of course, and Leeds unbeaten against Forest the last 3 occasions when they played them at Ellen Road. However, if you want to flip it another way, Forest unbeaten against Leeds over the last 5, pick up 3 draws and a couple of wins as well. But both of those wins were at the City Ground as well. Forest though 3-2 loss to Bournemouth. Leeds with a 5-2 loss to Brentford. The odds here are 5-4 on your Leeds, 11-4 draw, 10-3 is of course your Forest here on this one. I'm back at a 2-2 draw on here, which of course is a bit of a repeat of the recent form at Ellen Road. So 2-2 for me, which of course will make the table look like this. Arsenal would still be top of the table, 18 points. City of course will be second. United up to 3rd now. Brighton 4th, and Spurs drop down to 5th. Of course, going down at the moment, Leicester, Everton, and Forest. Of course, Villa not too far away either. That's of course my picks. Be sure to get your own picks as well in free. It's 100% free. Cut the /EPL Prem. And of course, we'll be back for match day number whatever it is. What are we next? We'll be match number 8 next time around. But until then, guys and girls, we're done right now. Smash your subscribe, smash the thumbs up, smash the little bell, and of course, check out the links down below: Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, and of course, Patreon if you want to help us out in another way. But until then, we are out.